Hello, traders. Cousin Vinny coming to you from theclosingprint.com, Sunday, the 20th of October, 2024. In this edition of your weekend video newsletter, we'll discuss the indices on a historic 6-week run, and it's closed just below 5,900, keeping us in a bullish bias with 14 bullish indicators, 4 neutral, and 2 bearish to start this week of trading. Finally, with 17 days left until the election, we'll show you why we're bullish going into Monday. Okay, I just left off with a quote historic 6-week rally. I just wanted to catch your attention because since October of last year, 2023, the last time we had more than a 6-week run without a pause was back in October, November of 2023. In addition, we need to consider the period October through year end. Each election year, this was 2020, with the week of the election noted. So we're over here 17 days into the election, yet looking for a follow through into year end, just judging by election year results. In addition, the daily shows a bullish bias with RSI rising, showing strength of trend is improving. Stochastics and MACD are both bullish as well. With the recent OPEX out of the way, we want to stay above 5,800 and test this 5,900 level early this week. And if we remove the weight of the big tech names on the left, S&P equal weight index shows a bullish bias as well, closing at highs, with the number of stocks above the 20-day at 72.5% and rising, not in the red zone, while the number of stocks above the 50-day are rising back up to 77, 78 to start the week. So what does this mean? Well, if you look at the S&P 500, advanced decline percent is rising, flagging at the highs. Mid caps and small caps took a break, but NASDAQ looks pretty strong. So if we can get the tech stocks to rally to start the week, we should see most of these stocks moving higher. At the same time, additional breadth indicators, New York Stock Exchange high-low, 2,000 stocks on the composite, take the stocks that are advancing, making new highs, subtract new lows, and you get this histogram above zero with a black line moving average rising. It did flag a little bit on Friday. With the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline, back up to highs, and the index closing on a green elder stick. That's bullish to start the week. If tech does rally and complements the S&P 500, these 10 stocks would be looking to participate. We can see that we closed higher on Friday near the highs of the week with a bullish bias, RSI rising with all moving averages up and to the right, giving us a bullish bias to start the week. With NASDAQ advanced decline rising, that gives the NASDAQ 100 a bullish bias. We can see that Renko is closing positive on the week, looking for a push above this pivot. As the 100 stocks on the index continue to show bullish follow-through potential, look for the New York FANG and the NASDAQ 100 to continue higher. Bollinger Bands are tight, RSI is rising. MACD's flat, but Stochastics is turning up, volume picking up, so look for a positive start to the week. For tech, with the cherry on the top being small caps, if we can get small caps to break above these recent highs, we should see a nice follow-through in most indices. Retest the all-time highs from 2021, which would add to breadth as more stocks across all market caps rally into the election and possibly into year-end. Junk bonds are strong, moving along a rising 50-period moving average. We're looking for this to continue. Retest all-time highs into year-end if the election goes well, with the caveat being yields The 10-year tested the 200-day moving average zone overhead. Did get rejected to start the week with a little bounce towards the end, placing fair value on the 10-year yield at about 3.85%, with the Fed seemingly ready to cut rates again for 25 basis points before year end, certainly after the election, and the US dollar hitting the 200-day on Thursday, rejected on Friday. Do we follow through or do we push lower? The highs, of course, during the bear market, back at 114.75. I don't see us getting back there anytime soon. Though many people are pointing to the strength in gold as something to be concerned about, it reminds me of Robert Kiyosaki, who's been talking about a market crash for at least 2 or 3 years now. And he's at it again with the mother of all crashes yet to come. That was only a month ago. At some point, he will be right. With this epic secular bull market that started back in 2009 still headed higher with intermittent cyclical bear markets, the last of which was 2022. So gold shows a concern for this, according to market pundits who say buy gold as it continues to rally to historic highs. At the same time, Brent and gasoline products have been fading. That gives consumers extra money to spend into the holidays, with commodities also moving lower. And with all three bonds, currencies, and commodities moving lower, we're set up for a bullish bias into the election. Sectors are strong. We saw real estate pushing higher last week, along with transports. In addition, financials and industrials are looking very strong and bullish, with biotechs pushing a bit higher as well. We'd like to see consumer discretionary and retail moving higher into the fourth quarter, while interest-sensitive utilities did bounce last week. Watch for financials and industrials to follow through, along with tech and strength in semiconductors. With the flag or consolidation we saw on small caps Thursday and Friday, we'd like to see all 9 sectors pushing a bit higher. Right now they're mixed, with some above and some below their 20 and 50-day moving averages. The IBD 50 for this week, many of them continue to push higher, like Axon Enterprises, AXON, Clearwater, following through, nice bullish action there, CWAN, Dycom, also pushing up to the highs, while Fortinet had been pushing higher as well. Looking for a push off of the 21-day moving average, and a follow through, stochastic and RSI both turning back up, with the RSI above 50. The other stocks in the group, like Palo Alto Networks, saw a lot of action last week. CrowdStrike above the 200-day, looking for this to push off as well. Sentinel-1 hanging out near 52-week highs. MCOR also moving a bit higher. Hims and Hers, with the FDA reconsidering its restrictions on copycat weight loss drugs. Motley Fool also covering the stock recently. The company making a copycat version of GLP-1 medications. So watch for Hims to continue. In addition to Harrow Healthcare, trending. 50 days almost a straight line. Volume looks good. MACD stochastics rising. RSI showing muscle. With the company reporting again on November 11th, it beat last time around. Would like to see this green instead of red. Technicals look good though. Revenue growth 46%. They beat expectations but missed the high estimate. They're still losing money, yet the stock continues to grind higher. With B. Riley upgrading the stock last week, looking for a follow-through in Harrow Health. Asset managers, financials, banks, insurance, all doing well last week. KKR following suit. We had Blackstone up quite a bit last week as well. One of Frano's core holdings. Blackstone broke higher, looking for a little flag in the ladder. Volume looks good. MACD stochastics rising. RSI showing muscle. Watch for Blackstone to create a base up here, while KKR continues its trend with bullish 921.50 and 200-day moving averages. Look for KKR to continue higher. In addition, the IBD 50 has Lantheus Health on in the pharmaceutical, health, and diagnostics therapeutics industries. We do have Lantheus reporting again on October 31st. Of course, Netflix had earnings last week. That shot higher. I'm looking for a base or a flag to trade off of, unless it starts going on Monday. Nvidia's back on the list. Looking for a follow through this week. Palantir saw lots of volume. Looking for that to follow through. Royal Caribbean taking a break. SEZL. Yahoo says they're a financial technology company. Looking for SEZL to continue higher. Nice follow through. Bullish action volume shows institutions have been picking up shares. RSI is rising. Volume, MACD stochastics, everything is bullish. Bollinger Band's opening up. Look for this one to follow through. SEZL going into this week. Okay, traders, that's going to do it for me. This is Because of Eddie coming to you from theclosingprint.com, October 20th, 2024. I'll send out a watch list of stocks that look like they have a high probability of following through this week. Make sure you check out the stocks on the IBD 50 watch list below. And keep in mind that we have a bullish bias to start the week, especially if we can see the big cap tech names follow through to start on Monday. 14 bullish indicators, 4 neutral, and 2 bearish going into Monday trading. I'll send out a watch list later tonight around 12 midnight on the East Coast, around 9 o'clock on the West Coast, so be sure to check your inbox for that. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your glorious Sunday, and we'll see you in the morning. Ciao.